welcome. Community Report this week takes a look at Alaba International Market in the commercial city of Lagos, Southwest Nigeria, its market potential, and how the 39-year-old trading center has turned out to become the largest in sub-Saharan Africa. I'm Olu Phillips. Welcome. A journey into the land of electronics in the Ojo axis of Lagos State, Southwest Nigeria, is not entirely pleasant, considering the traffic and the bumpy road. But for the sake of getting quality product, all appears inconsequential for a market that has been in existence since 1977. Customers strong no matter what, shops adorn the streets waiting for prospective buyers. The presence of this market for such a long time in this community can only mean one thing. Before we go into the market, our first stop is the local government area to find out exactly what kind of relationship exists between the hosts and the market community.
Ojo local government comprises of all ethnicities in Nigeria. We have Igbo, Hausa, top of any ethnicity in Nigeria. Why is this so? Because of the market in our domain, which is Alaba International Market. Electronics market as the largest in Nigeria. I will say to you in West Africa. And we have different tribes there. As well, I've said, it's not easy. But at least, at Chief Security Officer, we are trying all our possible best to maintain peace and tranquility there. So on this note, we are able to build a cordial relationship between the government and the marketers so that we can have peace in the markets. We have a lot of large population. They are able to improve the local government area of development. As time goes on, many of them start to live around, build houses, warehouses, and no improve. And also the citizens of the place went there to end their daily needs and living. So we have really tremendously improved the area.
We also get to know how land was acquired by the founding fathers after a nomadic experience.
Alaba International Market started in 1977. Then there was no electronics, it was just Alaba that was relocated to this place in 1977. There were our founding fathers as at then, there were 13 of them. As at that time, I think the essence of the relocation then from Alaba Suru was just to take us off the street. But the doggedness and the commitment of the founding fathers transformed this then bush into what you see today. As at that time, there was no, you cannot see anybody coming to this place. I'm talking about 1977, 78. When they station a bus at my 2, if they see one person, they will carry that person to this place. There was no local government. The nearest local government then was in Badagry. they were the one, and our founding fathers were the one that brought this local government to this place, so as to have a feel of government. Now, when they came, they built this place with wood. They're located at 10 by 10. The founding fathers were also very committed. They were not greedy. There were people, it would be, they would have allocated this place to themselves. But when they saw the land that was given to them then, they began to extend to their brothers, the electrical section. The electrical section came in later after electronics has come, and every other section began to take place. So it was not an easy job. They were totally committed to that, to ensuring that they have a place they can call their own. Because once they were at Alaka, Sulere, from there to Alaba Suru, from Alaba to here. And when they came here, the government felt they've given him a site that is out of the, out of, causing road issues, traffic issues. So when they were located there, they were asked to make sure that they exist here. And they put in their best. To the glory of God, this once a bush has transformed into what you see today as the largest single electronics market in sub-Saharan Africa. It wasn't an easy task. They led there, most of them had to trek from as far as Mile 2 to here. Most of them were coming with machines. Most of them were coming with pickup van. And you should know what it means for you to come and site a market in an environment that you know nobody, an environment that has no infrastructure, an environment that had nothing. You should know it took commitment and God's grace for them to transform into this. So it was a long journey, but at least it has paid off. Today the local government is there. Today so many satellite towns are located. As at that time, it was only the Ojo cantonment that was the nearest place you can see, and Volkswagen. Every other place was practically bush. So you can know how it means for it to be turned, to be metamorphosed into what you see today. It must have taken a lot of time, energy, and commitment. The founding fathers that cited this market, most of them are very, very familiar with the culture of the Yorubas. Most of them speak Yoruba fluently. Most of them have very good friends. So what played at them was that there was no rancor. It was a very conducive relationship, very peaceful scenario. As at then, they were wondering, can these people be able to survive in this bush? So when they began, the founding fathers began to do what they needed to do to ensure that the market stand. They have to do what they need to do also to create an enabling environment between themselves and the community. So that was not an issue. There was an understanding between both the settlers and the indigenous. The community accepted them, and that was maybe after the Civil War, and people were looking at development, and somebody is coming to begin to build shops. You give him the support because he has a lot of things to do, with development on that very domicile. So the founding fathers did the needful. They created a conducive environment, and the people, the indigenous, accepted them. And more so, as at that time, there were not much people living around here. The people that were living far off. So it was when the market began to grow that it began to attract settlers, including the indigenous. You understand? So all of us grew at the same time. They grew at the same time. As the market was growing, the indigenous were growing, they were coming in. Satellite towns were beginning to erupt. Ojo, Ibede, Sabo, Oniba, places like Iba. Those ones were the village then. They had an understanding with us. It was cordial. So there has never been any issue between the settled house, Asibos, and the Yorubas. The community has been very friendly over time.